Hey guys, it's Lewis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I received a lot of positive kind of feedback on the last video that I uploaded, so I thought, why not drop another one? Obviously, the last video, if you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. I kind of dive into my medical history and a rough overview of my journey with online business. But I thought it would be interesting to dive a bit deeper into the meme account and how I grew it to 2 million followers, the process behind everything, the journey, the behind the scenes, and also how I actually transitioned into the social media marketing agency business model as well, because I'm a strong believer that it's one of the best businesses to start if you don't have any previous business experience. It's quite low barrier to entry. There's not loads of costs involved, such as drop shipping and Amazon FBA, where you have to buy loads of products and test out products and spend money on ads and making websites and setting up new domain names just for the product to not work. So yeah, let's kind of dive in. For those of you who don't know, my name is Lewis Montgomery Moore, and I've been running businesses online for about 8 years now, full time. My first online business was actually an Instagram page, so you can see here that this is my personal Instagram account. So if anyone wants to connect, I'll leave a link down in the description below. So feel free to reach out with any questions or anything that you might have. This was actually the last video on my channel, so if you want to check this out, feel free to go and check it out as well. But back to the point. So my first online business was this. I created a Instagram account and I set myself a goal to grow this page to 10,000 followers in 8 weeks. So that was the initial goal. You can see the journey kind of scaled up to 400,000 followers. This was, there you go, hitting 400,000. You can see the notifications were constant. And yeah, scaled this to eventually over 1 million followers. And just before it hit 2 million followers, it got deleted. So it hit 1.8 million, nearly 1.9 million. And then it was disabled. So that is that. Now, the story behind that page is I was actually in my friend James, I won't say his surname, but he'll know who he is. I was in his bedroom, and we were chilling out after college. So I went back and I was crashing at his house. And I just said, he was playing video games, and I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a meme page. I'm just going to try and post some funny videos, set myself a challenge, and just see what happens. And my initial goal, as I said, was to grow the account to 10,000 followers in 8 weeks. So initially, obviously, made the account, made the username. I went with banter and talent. So it's banter underscore N underscore talent. And my thought process was I could promote funny videos and comedy, but I could also push talented people. So a lot of the people in the UK might follow someone called Rising Talents, Instagram talent page run by Marcus Darrell, who is an absolutely awesome guy. Me and him have connected a few times over the years. So shout out Marcus. And he actually kind of inspired me to, push the talent element. And that's kind of my thought process. So I thought, okay, if I could post people's talent, their freestyles, their music, their singing videos, whatever it was, maybe in return they would shout out the page. So initially I set up the page, made a rubbish logo, cheap logo on some random website, which didn't even look good at all. And just started posting. What I did initially was just stole content from other pages because I didn't know where to get the content. As it kind of snowballed, people would send in videos and say, "Oh, can you post this up, please?" And I said, "Yeah, only if you shout us out and if you share the page." And initially, what I would do is I would click on all of the big meme accounts at the time on their posts on their accounts. Sorry, I would turn their post notifications on so that I would get notified every time they posted, and when they posted, I would go from my banter and talent account with 0 followers, and I would follow everyone who liked the post because I knew that they just liked the post. So I knew that they were on their phone, they were active, and they already liked comedy and memes. So I just followed all of them. I had a copy and paste message which I sent out to people too, and it just says something like, "Hey, I can see that you're interested in memes and funny videos. I'm sure that you've got loads of funny videos of your friends that you want to kind of get out there. I'm more than happy to share them if you want. All I ask is that you drop me a follow and send me some funny videos, and I'll post them up." And then I had a keyboard shortcut, so it was like I would type NF, new follower, and that would be my new follower message. So I type NF and then it came up with that message. So like a keyboard shortcut, I type two letters and then it comes up with the whole message. And then I'd send this to all of these people. If I followed 100 people, maybe 10 follow back, something like that. And then the ones that didn't follow back, eventually they replied and then they follow back as well. And I would sit there all day following people, and eventually started to get a few hundred followers. Then from there, I went to musicians, to music profiles that posted artists and talent. And I went through and messaged all the people who had been on the page and said, "Hey, I know I don't have loads of followers, but I'm happy to shout out your music now. There's a chance it might hit the explore page and go viral. And even if only 100 people see it, then that's 100 extra people that wouldn't have seen it anyway. Do you want me to share your music? All I ask is, once again, a shout out in return." So I was at college. I was studying public services at the time, so I wanted to be a fireman, a firefighter. And yeah, I just remember getting home from college every day, sitting in front of the TV and just messaging people for hours. And it then got to a point where um, it started to snowball. So the one thing I've learned about social media and being consistent is that it might not pick up initially, but if you do it every single day, it starts to compound because the people who you message a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, they start all replying. So my mission was to never have a day off where I didn't post and never have a day where I didn't reach out to anyone and, promote my profile basically. I also learned that if I posted a video and someone sent it to their friends, if I made my account private, then they would need to request to follow me to see the video. So I thought, okay, well, let's go private because somebody messaged me out of the blue and said, "Hey, I'm not sure who runs this account, but my friend sent me a video. Can you please accept my request?" And I said, there's probably something here. And from that moment, I posted as much content as I could. I kind of learned what content wasn't working and post less of that. And the content that was working, we post more of it. Very similar to kind of how I run my marketing agency now. When we run ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads for businesses today, we launch loads of content, and the ones that don't work, we move away from that. The content and the ads that work the best, we start making more of that content. So very similar to kind of what happened, 7, 8 years ago with the Instagram page. And it just started to snowball. So it was a constant message of reaching out, engaging with people, posting more of what was working, accepting all the followers and everyone who followed. I had a copy and paste message that I sent to all the new followers saying, "Hey, thanks for following. Just to let you know, like if you want to send any of your posts to anyone, send it. And I'm more than happy to accept requests if you like." And they would say, "Well, why don't you just make the page public?" And I said, "Well, I want to build a community. I want to have an exclusive kind of club. So like you have to follow to be part of it. As you can see, my content, I'm putting loads of effort in trying to provide you with the best content." And they liked that. So they felt like they were part of this community, which they were. You had to be let in. And they said, "Okay, cool." And then all these people say, "Hey, I got 4 or 5 friends. I sent it to the friendship group chat. They all want to follow." And I said, "No problem." I accepted them all. Then I messaged them all the same thing, and then all their friends will follow. Long story short, I did that. I posted initially 50 times a day, every single day, 50 times manually, um, every day. And within 8 weeks, so 2 months, I scaled it from 0 to 10,000 followers. Within a year, I scaled it from 0 to 100,000 followers. So just before it became 365 days, I hit 100K. Um, I tested out different growing strategies. So the keeping the page private was one. Another one was actually just posting once a day. And I posted at a set time, I remember, because I had to do it in my lesson at college. And at the job I was working at weekends, I think at the time it was maybe like a pudding place where I was working at the pot wash, washing up all of the like food and everything after people have eaten. And the best thing was about that pudding place actually is when they made ice creams, milkshakes for their customers, they'd always leave a little bit at the bottom of the tub, and they give it to me, and I just down it. So that's not after the customer had drunk it. I'm talking the person behind the bar. They mixed it all up, and they only filled up the customer's cup with most of the milkshake. So there was a big bit at the bottom that just hadn't been touched. So let's just say I had a lot of milkshake when I was there. But I remember being there and I had to post once a day, every single day at a set time. And if I did not post at this time, it wouldn't hit the explore page. It was like 2 p.m., 2:15 p.m. or something. I tested posting at 2 p.m., didn't work, 2:30 p.m. didn't work, 2:15 bang on. And it would be a carousel post, so it'd be loads of memes, and then it would have one on like slide 5 that's like follow for good luck. And then it would hit the explore page every time, and then everyone would start to follow. So there's kind of the private method, and there's also the public method as well. Now, unfortunately, today the private profile method doesn't work. So there was a big period where it was probably towards the end of my meme page days, where I had 1.5 million, 1.6 million followers or something, where me and all of the other big UK meme pages, we had a group chats, we were all friends, we all knew who the admins were of every account. And I remember waking up with messages in the group chats and from the other meme page owners saying, has anyone else woken up with no followers today? And to paint the picture, it was very normal for me to accept all of the followers, all of the requests for the day before I went to bed. And I'd normally wake up with 999 plus follow requests. So, you know, when it goes past 999, it just says 999 plus. And I had an app that would accept the followers. I would just sit there and it would go through and accept them all every night before bed. Then I'd wake up with like 1,000 plus requests. And on this day, I woke up with, I think, 4 requests. And I thought, well, this isn't normal. I've always gained 1,000 plus followers during the night, every single night, and messaged the other accounts. And we had basically worked out that now when you send a private pages post to one of your friends, it doesn't say follow banter and talent to see the post and they can click on the page and follow it. It just says error. So it doesn't promote the page who posts it. It doesn't even say anything. It just says error. And that was the end of the private growth method where you keep your page private. All of your friends kind of, you know, your followers send it to their friends and people have to request to see the post and that was that. And from there growth was really tough. Then it became explore page. It became then reels came out and reels became a big thing. And yeah, just towards the end of the journey, like things got really strict in terms of guidelines, you know. So it's like I would post something saying tag your smelliest friend, and everyone would tag all their friends saying, haha, you smell. And all of a sudden that gets taken down for bullying, you know. So things like that. It was just too many posts like that that, to be honest, weren't offending anyone, weren't even against the guidelines, to be honest. And it just led to the page getting deleted permanently. And you know, it wasn't the first time. It'd been deleted before, and I knew people within Meta who could bring the page back. There's people that you can pay a few £1,000s to after they bring the page back, and then you pay them. There's a few like hackers who knew some back end stuff, you know, with emails and certain contact details and just weird little glitches in the system that can bring pages back. But this time it was permanent, so wiped off the database. Like there's nothing we could do basically. So that's kind of how I grew it. You know, it was like consistency. It was like for 4.5 years, I never, ever, ever had a single day off of posting. Like maybe some days I'll only post like 5 times, you know, but like on the maximum, it was like 60 times a day. I never had a day off over 4.5 years. And I think I just became obsessed with it. As I said in the previous video, I had loads of like medical problems when I was younger, and just a lot of times where I've tried to do something and life had pushed me back down. And I just thought, I'm just going to go all in on this. It's working. I can't have a day off. I became obsessed. And, you know, I remember being working at Screwfix, for example, you know, the tool shop in the UK. For anyone over here in the UK, for anyone out of the UK, they sell tools and things that tradesmen would use, builders and everything. And I was working there. I was down the aisles, you know, where they have all the inventory, and I was posting memes. And the way I would make money was through promoting other businesses and promoting other musicians, for example, as well. And I would reach out to them and say, hey, are you looking for promotion? I've got a platform with 1.8 million followers. Here's the price list. You can have one post for two, £300, two posts for like £500, knock off £100. You could do 10 posts for like 1.5k. And yeah, we just blast out messages to businesses and to artists and rappers and singers and companies, and that's how I made money. But it was very important for me not to dilute the page with ads. So I had a system where I would post a single image, like a post, like a meme, a text meme, or something like that. Um, I would then post the ad after, make sure the ad gets some exposure, and then after that, I would post another video. So I would always do my promotions in the evening because that's prime time when everyone's back from work, back from school, back from whatever it is they're doing. Most people are chilling out in the evening. So everybody wanted promotions at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So I would post like at 4:45 a single image meme. At 5 p.m. I would post the promotion. At 5:30 p.m. I would post a funny video. At 6 p.m. I'd post a promotion. Or just before 6 p.m. I'd post another image. And it was like image, ad, video, funny video, basically. So like two memes either side of the promotion. So 3 times an hour, I would post every single day from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then in the day, during the day, I'll be booking people in for promotions in the evening. My really good friend Chips, shout out Chips Production, best producer in the game. He basically would help me in terms of like booking appointments in with businesses. So he would help me kind of scout companies and artists and people that might benefit from being posted on my page, send all the profiles over to me, and I would reach out to them and book them in basically. So yeah, we were kind of grinding that together, and yeah, it was really fun, scaled it up loads. But the only bottleneck in terms of scaling the income with a page like that is you either post more ads now to make more money short term, which means that your followers go down because people get annoyed, which I didn't want, or you don't post any ads now. You just focus on content, scaling up the page, and then eventually, in 6 months, a year's time, once you kind of scaled it up a lot, then you can start charging more because you've got more followers. So I was always battling between making money and living and in real life, and also keeping the followers happy. So I tried to find a middle ground where I could post a lot of content and post ads, and just put funny videos and memes either side of the ads basically. So yeah, that's kind of a bit about the business, and we had a big network as well, of meme accounts, as I said, where one thing we all learned was if you get a lot of engagement in the first couple of minutes, then your post would do really well. So if anyone would post any of the meme accounts, they'd send it to the group chat. All the other meme accounts would follow and would engage with the post. So drop loads of comments and emojis and laughing faces and stuff like that. And then their post would grow up. It's like I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of thing. And we all grew together. And then oh, my camera's gone off. Yeah, and then we also we got a bit clickbaity at some points. Like we post part of a video and say, "I'll follow this other meme page to see the full video." I'm sure loads of people remember that. And yeah, I did that because it worked really well. Like from our perspective as growing the accounts and getting more followers so we can entertain more people. It worked really well. It'd be like a video that absorbs all your attention, and then just before something crazy happens, like we'd say, I'll follow the account for the other video. And then obviously the other account had the full video and it just got loads of followers. So we'd gain thousands of followers doing that. So one thing I learned was probably just testing things out, and in terms of what didn't work, do less of it. In terms of what did work, did more of it, but just constantly like adjusting strategy. Things didn't always work out. Things went badly. Accounts got disabled sometimes, and then it came back again. And there's days where we didn't get any followers. There's days where we lost followers by posting things because the content wasn't what they wanted to see. So, yeah, one thing I did learn is even though it didn't always go perfect, you just keep going. So yeah, that's a bit about the meme page behind the scenes. Obviously, I can talk on that all day. It was my life. I became obsessed with it. However, I found that I lived in this social media world where I was just on my phone. My screen time was ridiculous. I was posting through the night time to early hours of the morning, waking up early to post. Yes, I use scheduling apps to schedule posts, but when you're running a like meme account with lots of followers and you really, really still want to grow it to even more, you want to make sure you're posting things that are trending, things that are new, new videos that people haven't seen. So I was always searching for content. And I was doing a lot of it myself, like I didn't know about systems. I didn't really know about building a team. As I said, I had my friend Chips who was helping out with the account. But other than that, it was just me. So me and Chips, basically. He was helping out with the promotions and the business side and finding businesses to promote. And obviously, if I knew about building a team of people around you who are better than you are at certain things and motivating people and incentivizing them and building a community that are all on the same mission, I would have used those skills. But I guess that kind of fades this quite nicely over to the marketing agency. And this is a whole other video, I think. I think I've spent too much time talking about the meme page. So if you want to hear the story of the marketing agency, how you build that business, as I said, it's a very good business for people to get into. If you want, like, if you feel like you're doing okay in life, you're getting paid all right, you've got a decent job, but maybe you feel like you lack the time freedom to work your own hours and the location freedom to work from wherever you want. And maybe you feel a bit capped in terms of what you can earn, even though you're earning an okay amount, then the business is good for you. What I will say is that if you're really desperate for income, and you're really struggling and you need money fast, it's probably not the best business because you have to put time into it. Where dropshipping and other businesses you invest money, this business you invest time. So, you need to be willing to sacrifice a bit of time. Yes, I've mentored people who have made money in like the first 30 days. But you can't go in with this scarcity mindset. That's the one thing I learned. And that's what I did. So if you're interested in kind of how the marketing agency business model works, then subscribe. If you like this video, it's only going to show you, YouTube is only going to show you more content that you like. So it's within your best interest to subscribe and helps me grow this channel too. And I'll dive into that in another video. So yeah, but the one thing I have learned about the Instagram page is consistency is key, whether that's in any online business, a marketing agency, real life goals that you're trying to achieve. Just be relentless, be obsessed. You need to become obsessed. And it needs to become a priority in your life if you want something to come into tuition, I think is the correct wording. And you just need to be consistent. So I'm a strong believer of consistency over intensity. You don't want to just work for 24 hours straight. Like there was times where I was running that meme account where I would not sleep for like 3 days and I would just post all the time and reach out to businesses constantly, and I'd make loads of money and I'd grow loads of followers over those 3 days, but then I'd burn out for ages and it's not worth it. You're better off kind of being consistent and every single day just one step in front of the other. So consistency is what I've learned. The other thing that I've learned is you need to Sorry, I got a phone call. So the other thing I've learned is setbacks are not failures. I'm a strong believer of the slingshot effect. You're making progress, you're making progress, you're making progress. Something grabs you and pulls you back, and you're like, oh, everything's going wrong. And then everything keeps going wrong. And then all of a sudden, you're pinged the other way. So I believe that every L is a lesson. I believe that there's nothing that can happen in life that you can't learn from, in terms of, yes, if like you lose a loved one or something like that's different, obviously, right? But in terms of like you're trying to make progress in something and something kicks you down, you can learn from it. It builds you tougher skin, and there's always lessons in it. So the one thing I learned about banter and talent getting deleted was I shouldn't have put all my eggs in one basket because I relied on another platform, Instagram. I had no control over it. So now I'm trying to diversify, build up my own brand, the YouTube channel, etc., etc. I also learned about consistency. As I said, I also learned that setbacks are not failures. Like, I've now learned to build a team. I've learned to kind of have a bit more control over my time. I'm not glued to my phone, like 24 hours a day constantly. I mean, I was at family meals, And my mum would say, "You need to get off your phone. You know, we're all eating dinner." And I'd say, "I can't. Someone's paid me to post a promotion at 6 p.m. They paid me £400. Like, I need to post it now, or they won't be happy. And then I need to post funny videos in between and then post another one at 6 p.m. So, now I've got more control over my time. And that's a good thing about the agency business model is, as long as your clients are happy, as long as you're delivering good results, delivering a good service, helping the people who you said you're going to help. In my case, it's all the brands and companies that me and my team help grow. As long as they're getting results and you've got the systems in place and you are constantly focused on things going well, then when things are going well for them, you just need to keep that going, but it gives you the time, the flexibility to kind of work when you want, as long as you get the work done, as long as your clients are happy, work from where you want. Obviously, it's a business you can just run from your computer, your laptop. So, yeah, the agency business model is something that I will always encourage people to get into. And as I said, I'm more than happy to put together another video about that. But this one was more focused around the meme page, so behind the scenes of what it's like to run, one of the biggest meme pages in the UK at the time, and what it felt like to get it deleted. It was the worst feeling ever, to be honest. Like, I was very, like, depressed is the only way to put it. I felt like I lost my purpose. And as I said in my previous video, make sure to check it out if you haven't. It became my identity. I was banter and talent, and it was not a good place to be in because I just relied on this like thing, that really wasn't anything. It was just a thing on social media, like followers and numbers, and it was just silly. So, but it was tough when it was deleted, and I really didn't want to go and get another job. Um, I'd worked lots of jobs, as I said. I'd done delivery, I'd work on pot wash, I've worked in the garden centre, I've done some general kind of labouring. I've done a lot of stuff and I couldn't go back to that. For me, I'd ran the meme page full time for 3, 4 years, experienced online business, and I was like, I need to find something else. And then after a year, managed to get the agency working. And as I said, now I've got, a team of people who I work with, me and the team, and we help businesses grow. We run ads for them, we help them with their website optimization, we help them with content. We just anything that the business needs to grow, we help with that. So, and I love it. I just love helping people grow businesses, whether that's, people who grow in new businesses from the ground up, or whether that's finding someone with an established business and helping them grow it further. So, yeah, I'm waffling now, but hopefully this video was insightful. As I said, I'm really trying to grow this channel. So, if you like the video, if you're one of the rare few that probably stuck around to the end, then I would encourage you to subscribe. I'd love if you could drop a comment down below as well. Like, I'd love to actually engage with you. I'm going to sit and read all the comments myself, and connect with me too, like on social media. The main kind of platform that I use is Instagram. So, if you haven't already, then my Instagram is going to be in the description down below. So if you're on Instagram, reach out, drop me a message. My mission, as well as kind of just sharing my journey and documenting it, is to actually help other people who have gone through challenges, whether that's setbacks, whether that's chronic illnesses and conditions like I've had, whether that's just anything in life that's knocked you down. My mission is to help those people bounce back and use those things as their strengths. So, this is my Instagram account. I would encourage you to reach out in the description below, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, this was an enjoyable one. Peace.